On this episode of the Batt Signal, Texas A&M Student Senate passes a bill that opposes proposed changes in Northgate, such as mandatory wand searches, changing the closing time for bars from 2 a.m. to 12 a.m., and limiting the number of bars. Freshman class president candidate appeals his disqualification after receiving the most votes in the first round. Guest speaker Emma Lawson discusses a mentorship program to help students with academics, and College Station is set to plant more trees to fight climate change and cool down the city. Howdy, Ags and recovering 2%ers. I'm Kenzie Finch, and welcome back to another episode of the Batt Signal. Thank you to everyone who has been keeping up with these podcasts. Hopefully we can continue supplying you with more relevant news, so let's just get into it. The Texas A&M Student Senate passed the Fate of the Gates bill on October 5th with an addition of 2 amendments following College Station Police Chief Billy Couch's proposal to change certain things in Northgate District. Couch met with the College Station City Council in August to discuss safety concerns around Northgate, such as crime, police dispatch, and emergency calls. His proposed changes includes things such as requiring cameras within bars, removing outdoor speakers, wanting patrons for weapons upon entry, and changing the last call from 2 a.m. to 12 a.m. Couch also proposed limiting the number of bars, adding speed bumps, and a wall on University Drive. After learning of these proposed changes, off-campus caucus Senator Kareem Ramis and Community Relations Chair Jessica Williams drafted the Fate of the Gates bill for the Student Senate, which opposed nearly all of Couch's proposal. During the debate for the bill, Legislative Relations Chair Pat Engelhardt motioned to make an amendment that would support requiring cameras in bars to help with cases such as sexual assault and things like spiked drinks and other things that could potentially be a he said, she said situation. Engelhardt said, quote, "I can't get into legal specifics, but there is a case right now that will go into trial where it's a he said, she said. The evidence that could decide the case is a video that doesn't exist because the bar didn't have cameras," end quote. A second amendment passed with a vote of 26-0 that included support for the wall on University Drive that would help against intoxicated students falling into the street and causing drivers to swerve to avoid hitting the pedestrians. The final bill passed with a whopping 29-0 vote. So, the Fate of the Gates bill isn't the only Student Senate concerns coming to light this week. After the unofficial results for the Fall 2022 Student Government Association, or SGA, election was announced on Friday, September 30th. One of the freshman class president candidates, agriculture business freshman Colton Wisenant, has appealed his disqualification from class president. During the first round of voting, Wisenant received 550 votes, the most votes for freshman class president until he was disqualified. And after 11 rounds of voting, Forensic Investigative Sciences freshman Brianni Placante Signs was named the unofficial freshman class president with 454 votes, almost 100 less than Wisenant's first round of voting. He then filed a petition for a writ of certiorari, or a request for judicial review, with the judicial court, alleging that the Election Commission misinterpreted the election regulation code. 4 of the justices actually granted his right of certiorari. The decision to appeal is expected to be made sometime next week. As of time of recording, the Texas A&M Judicial Court has not released the details or information regarding his petition to the public. I have LNA writer Emma Lawson with me today to discuss A&M's Academic Peer Mentors, or APMs. First off, Emma, thank you so much for being with me today.
Yeah, and thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
So can you tell me a little bit about what peer mentors are and what they do?
Yeah, so academic peer mentors, as it says in the title, are peers. So they're also students here at Texas A&M. And what they do is they help students as well with study habits, studying, time management, and other skills to help them be successful in college.
Perfect. How has this been beneficial to students? Like, what have they had to say about it? How has this helped them with their studying?
Yeah, civil engineer sophomore Mercedes Vienna Casal said, quote, "It's a friend, but it's also someone who can guide you." Vienna Casal also said, "I just mentioned that my test went bad, and the first thing my APM said was, we can help you with that."
So how are APMs different from tutors?
So tutors can focus on a specialized topic, while APMs are more for specific strategies to help you through your college career.
So they're more like preparing you for tests rather than like teaching you a subject.
Right, so they're not going to help you with specific topics like biology, chemistry, math, but what they're going to do is they're going to help you learn how to study for those exams.
Okay. Where can students go to have access to these resources?
Yeah, so APMs hold office hours, and they have offices at Hullabaloo, and they also have offices in the Commons.
Perfect. Is there anything else that you want to add about what they do, how they help students?
Yeah, during my interviews, the APMs were always so sweet, kind, and open, and I really enjoyed being able to talk to them. And they're really passionate about what they do, and they're really out here to try and help students. So I think it's an underutilized resource.
Perfect. Thank you so much for being with me today. I really appreciate your insight. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
So our final story is going to speak to those that have grown tiresome of the blazing Texas heat. It also will probably appeal to those who are very environmentally conscious. As an effort by the city to lessen College Station's hot weather, residents can expect to see more trees in park areas in the upcoming years. At the Thursday, September 22 City Council meeting, Director of Planning and Development Services, Michael Ostrowski, presented a 5-year urban heat mitigation plan that will include planting trees and giving seedlings to residents to plant themselves. Over the 5 years, the program will plant around 5,000 trees, costing a little over $3 million. The plan will also include a residential planting program that will provide 2,500 trees, costing a little over $200,000 throughout the next 5 years. The council was in unanimous support of the plan at the September 22 meeting. So yay, more trees. Okay, well that's all we have this week on the Batt Signal. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This week's contributors are Anna Renfro, Caroline Wilburn, Emma Lawson, and Amanda Hare. Be sure to check out our other podcast, Home Turf, for weekly sport updates, and tune back into next week for more news coverages. Thanks, and kick 'em.